Okay. Are we the correct way though?
Yes.
It's this way.
Horizontal.
Okay. All right. So we're back on. Yeah, I know. He was gonna do that. Is it back on? Oh, we're live. Alright, sorry about that, y'all. Man, Satan is like, we get an internet change and then, yeah, everybody, everything got disconnected. Plug that in. There's a charger. Could somebody grab my charger out the car?
Was it in the middle?
Yeah, that long one. That long one in there. Just grab that one out. Sorry about that. Let's wait till they get back on. See if, I know there was a lot of questions. We definitely want to go into tonight's class, so if we can get them back on, if not, we're just gonna have to move on. You guys, so anybody back on there yet? With any questions?
Someone just asked what foes Ak and Khan mean. He's asking when you say Ak and Khan.
Oh,
what does-
Ak means brother, excuse me. Ak means brother, Khan means yes. Sorry about that. We kind of speak Hebrew a little bit here and there, and then nobody knows what we're talking about. We're trying to wait till everybody get back on. Let's see if we can get y'all back on with your questions. If we can get them back on with their questions, we noticed there was a lot of them in there. If we can't, we're just gonna move on with class. All right. The last question was about prayer. That brother or sister that asked that question, I think we finished that. That was done. We were showing that Satan cannot block your prayers. So I'm hoping that helped out that brother or sister with that question. Bree, what you got? You had a question, Bree?
Oh, yeah, I asked them.
Okay, what is it? It got cut off, that's why.
Oh, I asked, was the purpose of marriage to prepare us for the kingdom?
What was the what?
Is the purpose of marriage to prepare us for the kingdom? That was my question.
Go ask your question in another way, so I won't have a misconception of what you're saying. Ask it in another way, so I can understand what you mean.
I was asking, what is the purpose of marriage?
What is the purpose of marriage?
Is it to prepare us for the kingdom?
Okay. Yeah. It's to prepare us to the kingdom, but it's the purpose of marriage is to give you, to set you in your purpose. Right? Why did the Most High create the woman? Go to Genesis 2. Go to Genesis 2 real quick, and then we'll see if we can get brothers and sisters back in there. We was only going to take questions to about 8:30, and then start class. Sorry about that, brothers and sisters online. The link. What we need to do, make sure you guys, every time you boot up the computer, you close everything down. Make sure there's nothing in the background. We might just have to upgrade that Wirecast. That's what it is. We might have to upgrade it. So go to Genesis 2. Let's deal with this question real quick. Yeah. Genesis 2 and yeah.
Genesis chapter 2 and verse 18. And the Lord God said, it is not good that man should be alone.
Right.
I will make him and help meet for him.
Right. So the Most High seen that man was alone. So what am I going to do to help man as I created him? I created him in this life Man being alone is what? That's lonely. He said two are better than one, right?
Done.
So I got to create somebody that's going to be there with him. That's going to be a help meet. Meet, this meet is not M-E-A-T. This is M-E-E-T. So it was a good help you were going to be. So the woman is supposed to be a good help. Read it again.
Genesis chapter 2 and verse 18.
And if y'all didn't catch it, she asked a question. She's asking, what was marriage for? What was the purpose of marriage? And was it to prepare us for the kingdom? Yes, it was, of course, to prepare us for the kingdom, but that's now. Now it's got to prepare us for the kingdom. But originally, we were already prepared. We were already in the kingdom, right? So he created a woman for the man to be a good help. That's what a woman was created for. So it wasn't necessarily to make it into the kingdom because we were already there. But how? Think about it. Adam and Eve were born into the kingdom, right? Before they sinned, right? So but this is before they sinned. Now let me create somebody so he won't be alone, right?
I had asked that question because my sister advised me to treat my husband as if I were treating my child. That's why I was asking, is the purpose of marriage to prepare?
So yeah, let me take it around then, because I'm answering that. I'm answering this in two ways. Now it's to prepare us for the kingdom, right? But originally, it was just for what? To be a good help, right? Go to hold that. Go to Ecclesiastes in your Bible 3. No, it's not 3. It's Ecclesiastes. Let me get it real quick. So he said, read that again in Genesis real quick. And then we'll go to Ecclesiastes 4 and 9.
Genesis chapter 2 and verse 18.
Right.
And the Lord God said, it is not good that man should be alone.
Right.
I will make him and help me.
Right. I will make him a good help. Right. Why? Read that Ecclesiastes in the Bible 4 and 9. Read that.
Two are better than one.
Why? Because, read on.
Because they have a good reward for their labor.
Right. So now you're fighting for something. Now the man has purpose and the woman has purpose. You're fighting for each other, and this is where that love is established. So now you have a unit, you have a body, you have a marriage. Marrying in is to join in. So that's what's happening. That's why the woman was created. That's her purpose, to be a good help. But in being a good help, now you have purpose. So now how does it bring us around to the kingdom? Because now as you have unlearned the will of the Most High, you got to relearn now what your purpose is, which gets us to the kingdom. So yeah, it gets us to the kingdom now, but originally it was because the man was alone and he needed a woman that was going to be a good help. Someone that was going to be there for him to help him through the things that he needed. And we know, yeah, the man was going to help in return too, but that, remember, he was created, you were created for him. See, that's what we got twisted now. We got it twisted that the woman, the man was, they make it seem like now the man is there to please the woman. Right? But we're going to talk about that a little bit in tonight's, a little bit, not a lot, in tonight's class. But go ahead and read on in Ecclesiastes.
Verse 10.
Uh-huh.
For if they fall, the one will lift up his fellow.
See, if they fall, the one will lift up his fellow. So the woman, remember, we're using this in context of marriage. The woman was supposed to be the man's backup. When I leave the house, you are my clone, my duplicate. Right? Not you. You get what I mean, right? Speaking general. The woman is that clone. She's the duplicate of her husband. Right? She thinks like him. She makes decisions like him. She's a good help. You see that? Go ahead.
God. But woe to him that is alone.
But see, when he was alone, he said, he's alone. Let me create a good help for him. Why? She's going to support him the way he needs to be supported. Right? When you're gone, and this is what America with the white man has broke. He's broke the household. It goes back to the, what's that? The Willie Lynch papers. If I can destroy the households and the validity and the strength of the wife and the husband and the submissiveness of the wife to the husband, now we can bring chaos on the kids, and the kids can now be ours to program and to bring next generations in the mind state we want. So it's easy. Well, let me just break the man and women up, give the women power over the man, show the man how he's less by raping the woman in front of the man, breaking the power of the husband in front of the wife and the kids. You're no longer the protector. You're no longer the strength. You're no longer the one that can battle for me. So I got to break him in front of her. So this is all, it all comes together. When you look at it, it's all the plan to break down what the Most High created, which was what? The unity of the house. Because read that part again in Ecclesiastes.
But woe to him that is alone.
See, because a kingdom divided against itself, what?
Cannot stand.
So it's easy. Divide and conquer, right? The
Come
art of war, right? They know that. To destroy a household, I got to divide and conquer. To destroy a nation, divide and conquer. Right. So what do? They break down that house. Go ahead.
God. But woe to him that is alone when he falleth.
Right, but because when he falls, now when the husband falls, the woman is like, see, nigga, I knew you was trash, nigga. Right? You ain't nothing. That nigga ain't nothing. My daddy wasn't nothing. And little nigga, you gonna be just like your daddy. Nothing. So that's what they put in our minds to keep the perpetual stupidity going through generation, right? And that's how you break down the household. Now listen, we can talk on both pendulums, the black man's ignorance and the woman's ignorance, but we're going off of your question, being a woman, that the woman is not doing her job, right? To be that help, that good help. We get into the good part. Go ahead.
For he had not another to help him.
Right, you see that? Why is the kingdom divided? Why can our kingdom stand? Because he what?
For he had not another to help him.
He got nobody. He don't got his brother to help him. Why? Because his eye is evil towards his brother. Her eye is evil towards her husband. Her eye is evil towards the kids. He got no help. They destroyed that. So it's typical warfare. So now when you go into the household, the mind that's been put in the woman is not to be a good help. It's to battle. Right? It's to destroy. It's to break down the unity. Because why? Destruction to him that's left alone. You see that? Go ahead.
Come, verse 11. Again, if two lie together, then they have heat.
Right. Put your head up a little bit and project a little bit.
Oh,
come on.
Again, if two lie together, then they have heat.
There you go. So he said it's not good for a man to be lonely, him cold. Right? So he's going to do what? I'm going to create something to warm him up. The woman was created to be, give me that one real quick.
This is Ecclesiastes chapter 26.
Go to 26. Ecclesiastes would be Ecclesiastes 26. Yeah. Let's see here. Let me get it real quick. Because it goes right what you're asking. It says, if he's alone, then what's going to happen? He ain't going to have heat. He's not going to have that comfort. So, was it 13? Go ahead and read it.
Ecclesiasticus chapter 26, verse 13.
That's not it. 25 and 23. Ecclesiastes 25, verse 23.
Ecclesiastes chapter 25 and verse 23.
Go ahead.
A wicked woman abated the courage.
So, a wicked woman doing what?
Abated the courage.
So, what did America create? Read it again.
A wicked woman abated.
Well, how do we know they're a wicked woman? Read it again.
A wicked woman abated the courage.
So how do you know? If you want to go through your checklist and know if you're wicked, are you abating or taking the strength of your husband? Are you breaking down his confidence? Because you weren't supposed to leave him alone when he fall and be like, see nigga, look at you. You supposed to be all high and mighty. Why you ain't getting up? Right? Are you a wicked woman? You can examine yourself whether you be in the faith. Are you abating the courage? When he comes to home, does he got that, at one time he was like, honey, I'm home, and now it's like, Shalom. Shalom, babe. What's wrong, babe? Nothing. I just got something in my throat. Let me go to my room real quick. He go in the room, put his gun in his mouth. Please take me. Why? Because read it again.
A wicked woman abated the courage.
Yeah, it's funny. Listen, we laughing, but that's what happens when it breaks the man. He takes the woman takes the courage. So the woman was supposed to be a good help. Not a woman that takes the courage, but that's what happened. That's what America created. This is what society created. This is what is perpetuated by the black Israelite woman, Israelite black and Hispanic women. It's perpetuated that way. Go ahead.
Making a heavy countenance.
They make what?
A heavy countenance.
Yeah, they at one time you walk in the house and your ribs countenance make the whole place to shine. You look at her, she's like the brightest, best. Oh dang. Shalom, babe, I'm home. The spirit's right. The mind state right, the talk is right. Now it's what? Sad, broke countenance, you know what I mean? Dinner, there ain't no more dinner. She don't ask you no more, hey, did you need anything? She's like, oh, were you hungry? I didn't know, because I've been working too damn hard. But that's how it's done. You're no longer the what? You're no longer the what? Who's catching on? Who's catching on the way I'm not going too fast? You're no longer the what? I can't hear y'all.
Help me.
It's okay, sis. They're like, help me. Sandwich meat. Help meat! You're no longer the help meat, the good help. Why? Because you break the courage. You give him weak hands, feeble knees, to where he's calling us, Shalom, you know what I mean? I can't do this no more. I'm done with this. You know what I mean? It's like, brother, like, you should have knew what you got into. But to determine your own, to judge yourselves, do you do that? Read.
And a wounded heart.
And a wounded what?
Heart.
And a wounded mind. So, listen, it's nothing for a wife to break down her husband. It's nothing. She can say the wrong thing. She can come with the wrong spirit. She can be deceptive, lying. She can be corrupt, and she can break his heart real quick. You know what I mean? That's why if the man don't know how to control his emotions, he what? He end up trying to kill you. It's like y'all was making love one minute, next you know he's choking the life out of you. I'll kill your ass. Why? Because he'd rather pop your head, your eyes out your damn head, because he let the emotions control him. Because think about it. You're laying with this guy. You guys just made love, sweating, you know what I mean, in Hebrew, in the holy language. Y'all was like looking at each other like, damn, baby, you the best in the world. And then he wants to kill you? That's how powerful the woman is to her husband. That's why it warns the men. It says not to give thy strength unto women. Because why? You'll be in damn prison because you beating her, y'all beating each other, y'all killing each other. You know what I mean? It's like, the Most High is like, don't give that power to her because she's going to rule your emotions. She'll just got you around, boy, put this over your neck. Be walking down the mall, you be like, damn, baby, I like those. No, you don't. Get your ass over here. Baby, I like those shoes over there. No, you don't. They too much. Oh, look at the oil guys. Get your ass over here. That stuff stinks. That's how you would be. Because why? You're ruled by her emotions. You know, and it's not always like that, though, with the boldness. There you got women that what? Cry all the time. The criers. You just don't treat me right. Yeah. Like, stop it. Yeah, those are fake tears. Those are fake tears. They're not real. But that's a wicked woman. She'll break down the courage of her husband. She's not looking at Genesis 2 and saying, wait a minute, I was created for him. She's looking at what the white man said. Nigga, oh, I almost said that out loud. She's saying, my thing is sunshine. And you throw it up and you got to bow to that shit. That's what she's thinking like. Like, you'll never get nobody like this. Look at this. That's what's in her mind. See? Go ahead.
A woman that will not comfort her husband.
So, the woman, go back to Genesis 2. Somebody give me that. Give me that, Abiyar, real quick, so we can use these scriptures and show how the difference between the first woman and a wicked woman. The first woman, she was known as a, read it, 2 and 18.
Genesis chapter 2, verse 18.
Go ahead.
And the Lord God said, it is not good that man should be alone.
Right.
I will make him and help me.
I will make him a good help. Right?
Good.
So, read where you at again in Ecclesiasticus.
Good. A woman that will not comfort her husband.
See, that's a good help. A help meet is a woman that comforts her husband. She's the one that's able to know what to say, how to say it. And this is going to segue right into so I'm not going to go into all of it, but she's going to know what to say, how to say it, how to deliver it. As opposed to you running around like a puppy behind her, having, baby, you okay? Brother, happy wife, happy life. I just don't want her to snap, brother. Because, this is the only piece of trim I'm ever going to get. Because that's how they put in your mind. Like, yeah, this is the only piece of ass you're ever going to get in your life. You better treat that booty right. And you're like, yeah, but y'all counsel, get in order. Like, I ever tell my rib get in order. I might get knocked the hell out. Yeah, y'all looking at us, we're like, yeah, you gotta get her in order. It's like, shh, don't, shh, what? Don't say that out loud. Like, what the hell? Yeah, get her in order. Get her in line with the scriptures. Get her submissive to the knowledge so she can be a comfort. Go ahead.
In distress, making weak hands and feeble knees.
Right, so when she doesn't be that comfort, she becomes a woman that weakens you. She brings you down. She makes you mad all the time. She gets you angry. She's argumentative. Y'all know the deal. She makes weak hands and feeble knees. I've been in there. Feeble knees is like to the point where you want to just, man, you want to kill that person out of love. I love you so much, I'm going to pop your head off your body. But that's because emotions, right? Because that's when emotions control you. You know what I mean? So as we become wise men and grown the hell up, then you understand, I can't let that control me. I gave her something over me that don't supposed to be there. That's why a lot of women don't understand that in the truth. They don't understand that when it says, give not thy strength to a woman, that you weren't supposed to give her that. Those are emotions that only belong to the Most High. Right? So, that's it on that. Go back to Genesis 2 and 18, read that.
Genesis chapter 2, verse 18.
Right?
And the Lord God said, it is not good that man should be alone.
Right?
I will make him an help meet for him.
Right. I'm going to make him a good help for him. A good help. Go ahead.
And out of the ground the Lord God formed every beast of the field.
Right.
And every fowl of the air, and brought them unto Adam to see what he would call them.
Right. So you get that, right, sis? That the woman was supposed to be a good help for her husband. This is what your duty was. Right? This is what your duty was, to be a servant to your husband. Right? Go to Ecclesiastes 36. And 24.
Ecclesiastes chapter 36, verse 24.
Ecclesiastes 36 and 24. So she was supposed to be a good help. Go ahead.
He that getteth a wife beginneth a possession.
He begets a what?
He beginneth a possession.
He begets a what?
A possession.
A what? Read on.
A help. Like
a what?
A help.
A what?
A help.
She was supposed to be a good help. We're going to read it again. Where are we at? Maybe they didn't get it there. I didn't see the book flip over there. Hold on a second. Ecclesiastes what?
Ecclesiastes 36.
I'm just messing with you. Go ahead.
God, he that getteth a wife.
36 and what?
24.
Go ahead.
He that getteth a wife beginneth a possession.
Right. He beginneth a possession. So that's why Eve was created second. And it says the Most High brought Eve to Adam. See, that's what you were created for, to be brought to your husband. But now we know, was it Psalms 90 and 6, the whole earth is out of course? We can go there, but read on.
God, a help like unto himself.
Right, so a good help means what? Stop. Who got it? Who put it together? I know you got it. I'm sure you got this over and over again. I'm saying for the new sisters. The woman was supposed to be a good help. How? Who picked it up? Right there with that verse. You didn't pick it up, Allison? No, read it again.
A help like unto himself.
So a good help is like what?
Unto himself.
What? Yeah. Go ahead, Allison, first, and then we'll go to Camilla. Yeah.
She's supposed to be, like you said earlier, having the same way of same mindset of her husband. So when he leaves, she runs the household as if
She a help like himself. When she walks down the street and sees the car, she's saying, damn, my husband would like that. You know what I mean? She's thinking like he would think. She's not the one where you're pulling him away with what he wants. Hey, baby, you like that? Come on. Listen, let's get that for you. And where he makes the decision. All these arguments and things will stop if you let him guide and lead and you do what you were created for, which is support. You will be a help like unto himself. But that only can happen, hold where you're at, hold, go to Ecclesiastes 25:1. That only can happen, Ecclesiastes 25 verse 1.
Ecclesiastes chapter 25 and verse 1.
Go ahead.
In 3 things was I beautified.
Right.
And stood up beautiful, both before the Most High and men.
Go ahead.
The unity of brethren.
The what?
The unity of brethren.
Gotta remember that. Read.
The love of neighbors.
Read.
And a man and a wife that agreed together.
They what?
A man and a wife that agreed
they
together.
What?
That agreed
that
together.
What?
That agreed together.
That what?
That agreed together.
Okay, move, sit down. Read where you're at.
Come. He that getteth a wife begetteth a possession.
Go ahead.
A help like unto himself.
Because they what? Agreed together. She has to agree with her husband. Now I know y'all saying, damn, if I would have knew this like in the beginning, I wouldn't have sex with him in a Burger King bathroom. I get it. But guess what? That's the way it is. If you agreed. See, that's why, once again, I'm keep saying this over and over again when we talk about this topic. That's why you date before you stick your pee-pee in. Because then you won't have, if you dated and you knew each other for 8 months and you realize, that I don't like this person. Now you're not bound to them. You can let them pee their way, you go your way. You ain't got no, you pop the kid in her because you thought you was in love. Nah, you ain't got to worry about that. He was like, whew, I dodged the bullet. That chick is crazy. I dodged the bullet. That guy is nuts. But because you dated. What's that, sis?
I believe it's a fine line between listening to a wicked man. I mean, it can go both ways. I mean, if we're their help, who's ours?
Let me help you out, because now that you're a Hebrew Israelite, let me reword that for you. First of all, the Bible says you're to help me. So the way you thinking about it, let it tinkle in your mind and understand the Bible said you were to help me. So you're still created to help me, regardless. But I'm gonna answer your question. Don't get down on me. What I'm saying is that you're still to help me, but you're right. You can't, when it comes to a wicked man, it's hard for you to submit yourself. You understand? Yeah, absolutely. So we're talking about to a righteous man. This Bible's talking about to a righteous man. Because if your man is doing crack and punching you in the face, you're not going to submit to that. We're not talking about that. She asked the question, and that could be a subject too. We could talk about that subject. But she's asking a question based on, I know her husband is in the truth. And her husband's not wicked. I know her husband. Her husband might not make the right decisions here and there, but that don't make him wicked. Wicked is where you're saying, yeah, this nigga's doing crack, he's beating you up, punching you in the face, he's out there in the streets, he's doing drugs, he's ain't teaching you the knowledge. Yeah, like a wicked woman is given to a wicked man. A wicked woman is given to a wicked. We can squash that with that one. But we're talking about in the knowledge, in the truth, as we acknowledge the laws and commandments of the Most High. Now let's be real. We've all done it before. We've all made bad choices where you chose that man or you chose that woman out of foolishness, out of ignorance and out of lust. And therefore, based on that decision, you got in a crappy situation. We've all done things in ignorance. You know what I mean? So, Bobby Yard goes to his rhythm. Forget that Bible. Let's start doing crack. No, she don't supposed to say, you know what? I'm ride or die for you. Let's do crack. She's supposed to say, oh, the knowledge says, the Bible says. I'm not doing that. You see that? She's supposed to still conduct herself like the help me. Right? Because it says, be not overcome with evil, but overcome evil with what?
Good.
So she ain't like, since you're a demon, nigga, I'm a demon. No, you're supposed to still conduct yourself like a helpmeet. And a helpmeet, a wise woman, knows how to conduct herself with wisdom and understanding, even with an ignorant man. When you look at David, when you look at Abigail, right, and Nabal, Nabal was a foolish man. But Abigail, she still conducted herself with her husband in order. Abigail's the one that David was running from Saul, and he wanted to hide and get food. And Nabal was like, who the hell are you? Like, I don't know no King David. Right? So he clowned David, he dissed him, and he didn't give him no support, which was a foolish move. But Abigail, being a righteous woman, she didn't be like, yeah, nigga, see, Nabal, you a fool, so I'm going to be a fool with this, nigga. No, what she did is conduct herself with her husband still in order, but went back and showed favor to David. The Most High killed Nabal, and then Nabal, when her husband died, she ended up being David's wife. One of David's wives. So, the point is this, you're right, that the scriptures ain't saying, yeah, if this nigga's punching you in the face, doing crack, doing drugs, doing dope, shooting people, you be right there with him. Even though you did, let's put that out there. You didn't do it in the world, not you. I'm saying, you did it. They was thugs, they was Crips, they was Bloods, you was right there. You know what I mean? You was rolling up the coke for him. You was rolling up the dime bags for him. You did it. But no, you weren't supposed to, but you were ignorant, he was ignorant, you guys lived that life. What?
Do you give them a chance to change, or do you let it go?
Everybody's getting the opportunity to change. And it's at what level, improving is this person gonna stop? I had a sister hit me up, this was maybe 2 years ago, and she came to class maybe once or twice, but she was like, her husband was violent, and he called me, and he admitted what she was saying was true. He's like, yeah, I got a crack addiction. This was over the phone, and he was like, yeah, I got a crack addiction. And she was like, when he's on crack, he gets violent. You know, and what do you think the counsel was? Oh yeah, sit there and get your ass whipped, sis. No, it was like, listen, if he's going to kill you, get out of the house. Run. Separate yourself. So in those instances, yeah, the Most High, brothers tell you so whoever tells you, yeah, you got to be with that because the Most High said, the Most High didn't say that. The Most High didn't say be with somebody that's going to put you to death and kill you. He says, actually, flee from the wicked. Right? Run from the wicked. So, no. You know, yeah, you give them a chance, but if they're doing all those to that, remember, I'm using these extremes because it has to be that extreme. It can't be like, oh, we got an argument and he yelled at me. Why you mean? You yelling at me? See, because like you said, you're supposed to be righteous. Him yelling at you ain't wicked. You know what I mean? It ain't wrong for him get a little loud voice. Like, girl, get your ass over here and do what I tell you to do. See, that's not right. You said ass. That doesn't make him wicked. Wicked is to those extremes. And when it is to those extremes, then you gotta, I don't care who it is, you gotta be like, listen, until you get your act together, I can't be around violence. You got this around the kids. You coming in, you breaking in doors, you shooting shooting up the place. There's fear, death around me. We don't supposed to be living like that. So yeah, you give them a chance. You better hit them with that class. You know what I mean? Hit them with that class link. Like, listen, when you're ready, you're gonna submit to this. Vice versa, same thing, man and woman. Vice versa, nah, you're too violent. You see that? Does that answer your question? All right, going back to her question, and let's finish that up. Where are we at? Where were we at?
Ecclesiastes chapter 36, verse 24.
Right, so Ecclesiastes 25:1 is about agreeing, being in the same mind and in the same judgment. That's what was going to bring the comfort. That's why we're reading Ecclesiastes 36 and what?
24.
Go ahead.
He that getteth a wife begetteth a possession.
So you're his what? I want y'all to understand this. I want y'all all to say it. You're his what?
Possession.
Okay, maybe she's looking at the kid over there. Let me get her in this class here. You hear me, right? What are you? What are you to your husband? Your what class? Possession. You got to get you got to have the orally said. You're your husband's possession. You were created because for him, he wasn't created for you. You see that, sis? That's what you were created for. You were brought to him to serve him. I know. I mean, I didn't write it, and it's not wrong. It's not wicked. That don't mean you are kicked. You're treated like crap. You're disrespected as a human being. You know, that don't mean that. It just mean, remember, Christ said, treat them as your own flesh, right? But still, in order, you're subject to him. It's like if you go to a job and you got the CO, right? You the manager. You're not the CO. So if your boss tells you, listen, Bree, we need you to do this, do this, do this. Let me get specific. We need you to get the cup. Could you give me a cup of coffee and grab my clothes out of the cleaners? You're like, I didn't get hired for that. But you're going to do what? You're going to get the cup of coffee. Both of my ribs, like, why am I doing your cleaner stuff? He's a boss. As long as he ain't doing nothing corrupt, you know what I mean? And he ain't sending you to do nothing wicked, and he tells you to go get his cleaners, he writes your check. You're going to go get the damn cleaners. You're going to go get his coffee, right? Is it wicked? Is it wrong? No. You were hired to work there. Same thing with your husband. You're the CEO, he's the CEO, you're the manager. You let him get the last word. A lot of women don't understand that. Your husband is supposed to be the last word. You don't argue with the CEO. You can be the manager and you can be knowing that we're looking at this. When you look at the numbers and when we set it up like this, and he can come back and say, yeah, I considered all those things. Okay. All right, but we're going to do it this way. Then you got to, okay, I said what I said. Let me move on. Why? Because he has the last word. That's the respect that was supposed to be given to the man. That's why it says you're his possession. Okay? Remember, and this is in the context of the scriptures. That doesn't mean you get kicked in the face and then told you my possession. It don't mean that. But it does mean that when he wants something done his way, there shouldn't have to be disrespect. Well, it does mean that when he wants something done in a fashion that you might not understand, you still got to do it. Right? I'm not going to keep saying unless it's wicked. Y'all get that, right? I shouldn't have to keep saying that. Go ahead.
A help like unto himself.
So she is a helpmeet like to himself. So you're in training on how to be a wife. You're a young wife. You're a young woman learning. You don't know how to be a wife. You don't know how to be a mother. So he has to know how to make sure he teaches you how to be a mother and a wife. So you got a big job ahead of you. It sucks because what happens is that when you're not taught this from your mother, then you don't know how to go about to be a wife and a mother. So you got to be ready to what? 26 and 14. Go to, hold that, finish that real quick. Is that it?
And a pillar of rest.
Right, you're supposed to be that pillar of rest. But the only way you can be that is 26 and 14. The only way you can be that, sis, and you're going to learn how to be a mother and a wife, is this. Read that.
Ecclesiasticus chapter 26 and verse 14.
Go ahead.
A silent and loving woman.
A what?
A silent and loving woman.
You got to be ready to hear. You can't be thinking and rebuttaling in your mind on what way you want to do it. You got to know you don't know how to be this woman. Now, that's why husbands, you have to dwell with your wives according to what?
Knowledge.
Meaning you got to teach them biblically what it is to be a wife. And show them and walk them through what it is to be a mother. But the wife, you have to be what?
Silent.
You have to be what?
Silent.
You have to be what?
Silent.
You got to shut up. I know, it's a hard word. You know why I say those words? Because I can see which one, the people that pounce to that. Because when you say shut up, then it's like, I can be silent, but I ain't going to shut up. It's the same thing. It's the same thing. Stop it. Go ahead.
And loving woman.
Right, a silent and what?
Loving woman.
See, you got to still have that love for the Most High, for your service, your duty as his wife and your husband. Got to be for the Most High. Everything we're reading is coming out of the scriptures. But it's just that, some of y'all just let it go right out. Yeah, possession. You know what I mean? Silent and loving. No, that's gone. Like that. But that's where you're going to end up when he's tired because you're not silent, because you have made yourself that wicked woman, then he has the right. The Bible says if she go not as thou wouldst have her, cut her off and give her a bill of divorce. So you're just going to be to the next man. And then you're going to be what? Loud and disgruntled and this out of order with him. And you're going to be the next guy. And then you're going to be the average Houstonian with spandex, with cheese on back of her legs, with 3, 4, 5 kids, going to the gym, 5'4", stubby. I'm sorry, I'm just going to my Houston theme. Anyway, you're going to be that person and then just what? Jumping from man to man to man to man. Loud, disgruntled, and out of order. And then you're going to eventually turn into a lesbian. Why? Because your girlfriend, she's a stripper, and she was trying it out. So y'all kiss each other one night, and you figure, you know what? I don't need no men anyway. And you liked it and didn't. Right? I don't need a man. Now, you've been a lesbian, you've been abused, you've been beat, you've been used. Then you bump into a brother on the street, he gives you a flyer and says, yeah, being a lesbian is wrong. You look at yourself and your life, you're 40 years old with 7 kids from every different baby daddy, and then you're like, damn, I need to get my spirit right. But you didn't have to go through all that, because at the age of, how old are you? 22. At the age of 22, the buck can stop here, and you can be what?
A loving and silent woman.
There you go. And learn your role. See, the problem is it's been taken out of context that being in order, being loving, being silent is ignorance. And you're dumb and stupid. No, you're not. No, you're not. When you look at the other nations, they're not dumb and stupid. But look at their demeanor. Even though, yeah, they getting disgruntled lately. They've been getting disgruntled. You know what I mean? There's a lot of these Gentiles that's acting like niggas now. We know that. But originally, these nations, their demeanor, their mold, their spirit, right? Until they come to America, they're following their husband. So you got to understand, it doesn't mean it's nothing against the woman for her to be in order, to do what her purpose is. Right? Go ahead.
Is a gift of the Lord.
Right. And we know it is a gift of the Lord. Truthfully, this type of woman is a gift of the Most High. You know what I mean? So the man got to make sure he's in order with the Most High so he can get that gift. Right? And then if you came in the truth with a disgruntled woman and she don't want to get right and she don't want to submit to this, the Most High change your circumstance, you just stay right. I mean, he'll change it. He'll send you somebody that wants to be that woman. Wants to be the woman of the scriptures. Go ahead.
And there's nothing so much worthy,
right,
as a mind well instructed.
That's the only way you're going to be joined in the same mind and the same judgment. Is that you got to be well instructed to hear. If you're talking, you're not listening. You see that? So this was your purpose. Your purpose was to be that silent and loving woman that is guiding the house, taking care of the kids. You know what I mean? I don't want to take your class over. I wanted to go here real quick. Just on that one. Go to Timothy's. And then you can segue back to Timothy, 1 Timothy's, 2 Timothy's, no, 1 Timothy's 2, verse, 11. Go ahead.
1 Timothy chapter 2 and verse 11.
Go ahead.
Let the woman learn in silence.
Let her learn in what?
Silence.
She has to learn how to be what?
Silent.
You got to learn how to be silent. Because if you knew, your senses would be exercised, and you hear me say this a million times. If you were so logical and you had everything under shape, then you wouldn't be so emotional. You understand? That's why I tell my ribs, my ribs know they can't, they could not open their mouths to any suggestions until they show me a level of sensibility that they can control their emotions and their mind. I tell my ribs all the time, when I see them go through their emotional thing, like you can't say nothing till I see your senses are exercised and you know how to use the spirit. Otherwise, you need to be learning. You need to be shutting the hell up because I'm going to teach you how to go past those emotions. I'm going to teach you how to fight those emotions that you're dealing with. You got to be ready to listen and ready to hear because you're so emotional. Listen, America taught the woman that that's the way they're supposed to be. Oh, you're a woman, you're emotional, you're ruled by your emotions. No, you're not. You're supposed to be ruled by the Spirit. When it says they're a weaker vessel, don't mean she's just emotional. All those attributes that they say that's emotions is not righteous. Those are wicked as hell. So yeah, exactly. All those are, well, I'm just a woman. That's just how I am. No, you got demons on you. That's what's on you. The spirit of wisdom can enter any body. It will enter in you as a woman, but you got to apply your heart to wisdom, and that's what's going to get you to be sensible and not through emotions, just like the man should be doing. Should be doing. Go ahead.
With all subjection.
With all what?
Subjection.
You should be what?
Subject.
So you see the words that are coming into places. You're subject. You're his possession. Right? That's your duty. But if you come in, sis, with this mind of, you know what? I want to fight everything. You're never going to get this. You're never going to be subject to your husband. Why? Because you always want to battle everything. If you listen to your mama and she's telling you what to do, and that is not, baby, you need to be humble to your husband. Baby, you need to listen to him. Let him guide you. The Lord is going to be with you. Does your husband tell you to do crap? Dope. Drugs. Sell your butt on the corner. Rob people. None, right? But you feel because his decision making that why you can challenge him. That don't give you right to challenge him. That's just different decision making than you make. It might be opposite of what you do. You don't got the right to challenge him. I always say, we go out this door right now and get in the car. You and your husband leave out this door right now and get in the car. He wants to go left, you want to go right. Which way is right and which way is wicked? Which way is right and which way is wrong? Huh? Neither. So it's all what? Obedience to the order, to the direction. It ain't got nothing to do with being wicked unless he's taking you down death and destruction and wickedness. Baby, there's a tornado over there. Look, there's a fire right there. Bees are falling out the sky, baby. Let's not go that way. No, we're going that way. Baby, I'm not going that way. There's death and destruction. Dig it? I'm not going that way. But the coast is clear. You can come, baby. You know? But it's you learning your husband and how to deliver the message of what you want to your husband. That's what makes a good wife. That's what makes a smart and intelligent wife. You understand that? On how she's able to communicate with her husband. Finish that and then find that one. Go ahead. That was it on that? Read it one more. No. Read down.
Verse 12. I suffer not a woman to teach.
Go ahead.
Nor to usurp authority over the man.
So, sis, you got to understand that you don't have the right. When the Most High created you to be the helpmeet, you weren't supposed to try to gain power over your husband. You're the helpmeet. You're the possession. You weren't supposed to try to gain power over him. The woman in America, the black woman, was supposed to try to gain power over him. You understand that? That's the problem. That you're trying to gain power over him. What power do you want? Why? Does it make it, and this is rhetorical, does it make it easy at home to struggle for this power? To struggle for rule in your house? Does it make it easy? Does it make love there? Does it make unity there? Does it bring wholesome conditions in your house? Over what? Because you wanted spaghetti and he didn't want that today. Because he wanted you to pay the light bill and you forgot. What are we arguing about? Nothing. Submissiveness and humility. You know, arguments in your households ain't deep. Come on now. It'd be basic, common things around the house that need to be done, and lack of understanding who's supposed to humble to who. That's what it be. Give me an example of the household that you might have thought was so detrimental that the world was going to end. Nothing. Nothing. But you did what? You didn't like his method. You didn't like his way he did it. And that's the problem. You weren't supposed to gain power over your husband. Go ahead.
But to be in silence.
But to be in what?
In silence.
You were supposed to be listening. It doesn't mean you're mute. He's telling you you can't talk. You ain't listening if you can't talk. I mean, if you're talking, excuse me. You ain't listening if you're talking. That's what he's saying. If you're trying to argue and rebuttal, then you are not going to get his concept. You're not trying to even figure it out. Like, tell me what you mean, baby. Tell me what you mean so I can understand. You're not trying to get it. What you're trying to do is, you already got it right. Right. Get it out, nigga, because right.
I can tell you what I got to tell you.
I want to tell you. That's the battle. Right? And that's where the arguments and fights come from, and just saying, yeah, yes, my Lord. What do you need me to do? Right? Let me keep my household at peace. Why? Because he's not teaching me wickedness. He's not saying to do nothing wicked. This is just my pride and my ego and my mama and Oprah Winfrey getting in my damn head instead of Christ. And you got to let the scriptures get in your head. That's why you got to write these scriptures down. I didn't write, you don't supposed to usurp authority over your husband. I didn't write that. The scriptures wrote that. The Most High wrote that. Why? In the kingdom, think about it. In the kingdom, you going to be arguing with your husband? It ain't going to be none of that. You going to be out of order with your husband? Huh? You going to be telling him what wife he could be with that night? Huh? In that day, 7 women shall take hold of one man. So what happens? What happens in the kingdom when he has like Solomon and David, 1,000 wives? You better be planning right now to be the first one, to be the apple of his eye. That way, when you do get twinkled, he keeps you at the head. That's what you're supposed to be worried about. Because it's going to happen. It's going to happen. But you need to be humble and understand it's going to happen. That's how you know some people don't believe. Because they be thinking this is it's like a comic book. Like, yeah, I know that's going to happen. Yeah, it's fiction. Like, well, you're supposed to be getting your spirit right now ready for that. Well, when that day comes, then I'll be ready. No, you're not.
Right.
How about if you say, okay, yeah, I still love you, baby. You fought with me in the truth. You had my back. You were right there. Here, I'm going to twinkle you. You twinkle. This is how I want you to look. I want your spirit to be. You know what I mean? You're going to be made just like I want you. But you're going to be 998. Because you gave me a lot of damn hell. So you still going to be my wife, but you're going to be 998.
That's way down the list.
Way down the list. You get to see me on day. Why? Because you're not letting your husband rule you like he was supposed to. And I know I'm using these words for a reason. Because that's what he has over you. He has a rule over you. You don't have the rule over him. You understand? That wasn't given. Go ahead, read.
For Adam was firstborn.
That's why he's checking you. He's checking the women. He's like, stop. Adam was firstborn. Go ahead.
Then Eve.
Then Eve. To be what? A helpmeet. One that thinks like him and do it how he want to do. Imagine if you just thought like that. It's so easy. Like, baby, how do you want it? You know what I mean? You want it that way? No big deal. Let's do it that way. I ain't gonna die. What is it? What did you want today? Okay, let me do it that way. Try it. It would be all easy. You know what I mean? You make a list of the things you want her to work on. You say, baby, I want you to work on these things. Okay, when you see her working on them, you give her gratitude, you give her thanks for her being in order. Right? And let her do her job. Right? Because you got it. Give credit where credit's due. You got to show, baby, good job. Then you honor him by saying, okay, I'm not going to argue with you because every decision you make, I don't like. See? But the man, you have to be mature. Women are smart. So they're looking at you. They're looking at you to be the leader, the thinker. So you got to understand, when I became a man, I put away childish things. They want a man, not a boy. So be the man. Guide the house with wisdom. Because that's what's going to separate you from the boys. Taking the reins and leading them. Go ahead. Read on. Oh, what you got?
Oh, for when they do it the right way toward their husband, or preacher to like back it up.
Okay, all right. Finish this, or should we add it right now? Does it go over right now?
It goes with what you was just saying.
Okay, go ahead then. Add it right now then.
By giving them the praise.
Go ahead.
Her children arise up.
Where are you at?
Slut. Proverbs chapter 31 and verse 28.
Right. Proverbs 31, what should be, sister, this chapter should be tattooed on your brain. Proverbs 31. You know what I mean? Go ahead.
Her children arise up and call her blessed.
Read.
Her husband also, and he praised her.
There you go. Why? Because you're abiding by what the Most High laid down. And that brings the order in the household. Y'all don't understand that. You might see your husband what? Go through growth pains. You might see that. But what makes the woman great? Being there, being a help meet. Not a support through him through that. babe, hey, good. How about this? Good idea, babe. Hey, did you think what about if we add this to it? But your mouth is the thing that combats. You don't know how to talk. It's no discretion. And that's what gets y'all in this battle and fight, because you don't know how to deliver the message. But if you delivered it the correct way, if he said, babe, do it like this, and you came back and said, that's a good idea, babe, I'll get it done for you. Hey, do you mind if I add this to it? He will respect it. You know what I mean? He'll be like, yeah, come on. Hell yeah, baby. High five. But the thing is that America, the white man, TV, disgruntled ass black woman and Hispanic woman teach you to be disgruntled, disrespectful, to usurp authority, talk loud, be argumentative. And that's where the battle starts, in how you talk. So this is what you're supposed to be learning as a wife. You're supposed to be learning that, man, first, the Most High said this. Not Kazakia, not Zion, not your husband. The Most High ordained this. When you come to terms with that, then you say, listen, I got to please the Most High first. I want to get into the kingdom. Because in reality, all these disgruntled hoes out there, you think the Most High is going to let them in the kingdom? To be fair, all these drug dealing niggas, they get in the kingdom? Sagging their pants and smoking blunts and with gold teethuses. Nothing wrong with gold teeth, but you get my point? Right, Solomon had gold teeth. But I'm just saying, you understand? There's nothing wrong with that. There's nothing wrong with the gold teeth, but all the Most High not letting that in the kingdom. He's not letting that in the kingdom, sis. So if you learn that, the Most High said, let me not usurp authority over my husband. Baby, am I usurping authority over you right now? Yes.
That's not even a question.
Yes, you are. You are. You're getting very argumentative. Could you please stop that? Right? But you both can't be emotional. Be not overcome with evil, but overcome evil with good. Somebody got to be the person with wisdom and direction and judgment and equity and understanding. You understand that? Go ahead.
And Adam was not deceived.
Right, Adam not deceived. Why is Paul doing this? Because he's reminding you, you're the one that was susceptible to influence. You understand that, sis? The woman was susceptible to the influence, not the man. You are susceptible through your emotions to any and everything that influences you in this world. Once again, Mama call you, Oprah call you, Will Smith call you, anything you get on TV call you. You go to work one day and you come back with your best friend's mind. It's like, who the hell are you? You ain't even you.
Start second guessing.
Yeah, you're like, who the hell is this? That's why I be telling Myra, it's like, who is this? Hello? Who is it? You're not my wife. You the niggard. Go leave that hoe at work. You come back and bring my wife. You understand that? This is what you got to understand, that you got to see what is required by the Most High. The Most High is requiring this from you, from your mind, from your spirit. Because in the kingdom, that's what's going to bring unity. What is the curse? See if you guys know. Sisters, what is the curse? The evil eye towards your husband. So every time you got the evil eye, you should be saying, I got a cursed mind state. I got that niggerism in me. And I got that slave mind in me. Why? Because you want to have an evil eye against everything. Everything he do, you got an evil eye. It's like, where you been? Where you going? What you doing? What's that on your phone? It's like, that's madness. I don't understand it. I guess I'm getting more old. When you're young, you kind of like it. You guys are wrestling and sweating and, oh, girl, get over here. You guys are making make up sex. But when you're older, you're like, bro, con. You know what I mean? I don't even argue no more. I'm like, she get them all con, shalom. I'm like, no, I do, to be fair, I tell them, listen, when you calm down, then we're going to talk. Because right now, you're not being rational. Not how you talking to me. Right? You got to tell them that. Somebody got to stay on top of it. You understand? Somebody got to tell them, shit, you're being too much. You understand? You don't supposed to usurp authority over your husband. Go ahead.
But the woman, being deceived, was in the transgression.
So you're in transgression because you are susceptible to these spirits more than the man. So what Paul is doing is just reminding you, you're the one that got out of order. Remember your order. Go ahead.
Notwithstanding, she shall be saved in childbearing.
That's what you should be worried about. You should be worried about how to be saved. And childbearing, meaning that learn how to take care of your kids. Learn how to guide the house. Right? Go ahead.
If they continue in faith.
If you what?
Continue in faith.
Right?
And charity.
Yeah, see? You see that? How? How are you going to learn? If you continue in what?
Faith.
How are you going to learn? Class?
Faith.
What class?
Faith.
Faith. The only way you're going to continue in anything written in here is what?
Faith.
Believing that the Most High is and that He inspired this book. Otherwise, it's going to be like, yeah, I heard what you said. Ecclesiastes 36, 25, 24, con. Proverbs 31, 1 Peter 3, 1, con. I know all the scriptures on it. Titus 2 and 5, right? 2 Timothy 3, right? You're like, went through it, right? You're like, you just said all the women breakdown. That's it. Kind of, I know. But you're not understanding that the faith of the Most High is what conforms you. That's why we're all here. For you to come back and say, listen, that's not how the Most High wants me to be. So you got to be ready to be instructed, right? It said a mind well instructed. Did you finish that? Read.
In faith. And charity.
And what?
And charity.
And charity. You see that? Meaning works. Good works to the body. This is how you as a young woman is gonna get in the good example. Is what? Faith. Stop thinking that the Most High is gonna abandon you and that your husband's gonna go loco crazy and then the Most High is gonna leave you out there. Who has ever trusted in the Lord and was forsaken? Because y'all think that you spend the light bill on a new phone. He's going to be without lights. He ain't retarded. And if he is retarded, when he's without lights and the kids and he comes to us with that retardedness, then we're going to say, why you didn't pay the lights? Well, I had bought a new cell phone. We're going to look at him like, what the hell's your problem? And he's going to get corrected. He's going to be told. But you arguing with him and fighting about everything is not going to help. That's why, go to 1 Corinthians 3 verse 19. That's why, as we segue into his class, that's why you got to understand this, sis. 1 Corinthians 3 verse 19.
1 Corinthians chapter 3 verse 19. For the wisdom of this world is foolishness.
You got to understand, what you learn in this world is what?
Foolishness.
What mama told you is what?
Foolishness.
What YouTube, what's these little dirt bags on YouTube, the three women? No, it's like you got Whoopi on there, you got The View. But there's the other one with the little trampy ones. The Real. There you go. You know it, right? Favorites. The Real, right? She's like, You got Adrian, little thick Issacharite. You got the Moabite on there, right? You got I think Judah's on there.
Big Bone Judah.
Yeah, Big Bone Judah, right? Tia, right? Why? All disgruntled ass women that got money, and you up there, what? You ain't got money. You broke. But you listening to a high-minded, prideful suggestions, counsel, and spirit. So read it again.
1 Corinthians chapter 3, verse 19. For the wisdom of this world is foolishness with the Most High.
Is what?
Foolishness with the Most High.
And that's how what a lot of you women gotta understand. That the things you learned from your youth up wasn't wisdom. Just count on your fingers. Like how many men I've been through. How many men, like, imagine every time you was in the shower going down on a man. How many times you gonna do that? Like, you don't see that? You know what I mean? Getting beat with pee-pee in your face. Like, that don't, like, there's nothing in your head like, damn, I don't want to keep getting different penises in my face. You got to think about that. And you know why I'm coming with it raw like that? Because think about it. That's the reality of it. How many times different semen is going to be on your face and your chest? You got to have some self-respect for yourself. Women don't have no self-respect. They're like, well, yeah, I drink this nigga, I drink that nigga, drink that nigga. It don't matter. Right, little Kim. You gotta understand that what I learned in this world is foolishness. My mama ain't tell me. My mama and daddy ain't tell me. Think about it. How many of y'all were in relationships and you already gave yourself to this man and your dad or your mom was like, yeah, leave him. They're like, Mom, I gave him my virginity. Listen, like, well, I love him. Nah, the nigga's not good for you. Think about it. I gave him my soul, mother. Leave that nigga. He's no like, Mom, he did all kind of things to me. That nigga ain't no good for you. Like, Mom, I gave him my spirit, I'm telling you here, right? The wisdom of this world is foolishness. The logic. It's not counsel. That's the first problem, sis. Stop listening to everybody damn else. That's why we be telling this brother, like, you can't be having your mom come over, like, my mom, my parents, nobody got any say-right relationship. Nobody. They can't open up their damn mouth. I'm a grown man since 15. You ain't telling me what I'm doing with my girlfriends. You know what I mean? Mom, when I moved out, I was gone. But maybe that's me. Maybe I'm not this family orientated. Who is my mother and who is my brother? You understand that? Yeah. Let me finish this and you go ahead, read.
For it is written, he taketh the wise in their own craftiness.
Yeah, the wisdom of this world, these people, they're not leading you on the right path. They have your ass broke up with every man you would. Or no, they have you get a simp nigga that in reality you realize after a while, yeah, you got control of him, but you're not happy. Why? Because in your nature, you don't want control of this guy. There's something about a woman being controlled. You don't think about it. You look, the love guy, he always lays you down and look at you in the eyes. Yeah, that's good a few times. But sometimes you just want what? You want to be wrecked. You want to be manhandled as a woman. You want to be controlled. That's in a woman's nature. Not all the time, yeah, baby. You know, and he caressing you. You're like, well, you're like, baby, give it to me a little rough. Why? Because it's in your nature. Same thing when you got him around like a puppy. You're like, I don't even want this dude no more. It's not in your nature, but the world changed everything. One more, and then we can, and then he's gonna move on. Ecclesiastes 19 and 22. This is what y'all have to see. Okay, read that.
Ecclesiastes chapter 19 and verse 22.
Right.
The knowledge of wickedness is not wisdom.
Right. The knowledge of this world, the knowledge of parents, the knowledge of those that we thought that had it is not what?
Wisdom.
It's not wisdom. Read.
Neither at any time the counsel of sinners prudent.
Right. The counsel of the sinners, those that do not abide by the Most High's laws, listen, it's not prudent. It don't stand. We shouldn't be listening to it. And this is a good scripture to go into our class, because the class is going to be going over the ways of an Israelite woman. Because we deal with a lot of outside sources and what we think should be, how we should think, how we should feel, what we think we deserve. Because the world has did us that way. They bamboozled us. Give me Jeremiah chapter 10 and verse 1. Jeremiah chapter 10 and verse 1, because when it comes to the woman here in America, the Israelite woman, the black, Hispanic, and Native American women, we don't know they don't know how to be women according to God's standard. But the reason being is because we've been out of our comfort zone in the scriptures. We've been out of our understanding. We don't know who we are. Read that.
Jeremiah chapter 1, chapter 10 and verse 1.
Uh-huh.
Hear ye the word which the Most High speaketh unto you.
Yeah, speaking unto all Israel. Read.
O house of Israel.
Uh-huh.
Thus said the Most High, learn not the way of the heathen.
See, the Most High already foretold us, learn not the way of the heathen, because we were mingled amongst them. But that's what we ended up doing. We ended up forsaking our laws, our God, and now we're starting to worship what the other nations worship. Now we're worshiping women in higher power. Now we got female gods that we have over priority over our own power. But this is what America has did to us. They've literally just brainwashed our women to not even consider what the Bible says of how they should act.
Yeah, the roles have switched. Why don't you learn the ways of the heathen? Because the heathen women are not like the Israelite women.
Right.
You understand that? These nation women weren't like us. No matter how calm they were, there is something in your spirit, the Most High said, that was more lively. You know, you are the flavor of the earth. The black woman, the Hispanic woman. So learn not the way of the heathen is because the other nations, they women ain't got none on our women. The Most High put that spirit in you. So you start to what? Do all the defiled things of the other woman. You want to pierce your nipples like the African women. You want to pierce your clitoris like the African woman. Yeah, but that's the heathen way, right? You want to start learning and being logical and thinking like the heathen women, beastly, out of order. Listen, the roles were switched. The Israelite woman knew how to submit to the Israelite man. They knew. The reason why you're like this now is because that's how the heathen wants you to think. So this is a reminder. We pull this one for Christmas all the time, but this is across the board. Learn not the way of the heathen across the board. Everything that they teach is going to confuse you, and then you're going to be in a battle, in a war. Your mama, where's she learning from? T.D. Jakes. Joel Osteen. There you go. Oh, baby, he's supposed to respect you. Yeah, come on. But, mama, Timothy says, I wasn't supposed to usurp authority. First Peter says that be obedient to your husbands. Right? But they're not telling you that. See, they're making it seem like obedience is something wrong. That shows you they ain't in the spirit, and you can't learn their ways. Go ahead.
Finish reading that.
Jeremiah chapter 10, verse 2. Thus said the Lord, learn not the way of the heathen.
Right, learn not the way of the heathen. Give me Psalms chapter 106 and verse 35. Because what we have to understand is that we're not following the Most High's laws and commandments. Our mind is not the same mind of the Most High. We're not in harmony. we don't understand what's right. And I'm talking about for you women, though, for you Israelite women. You don't know what a virtuous woman is. Because all we've learned is how to be like the Caucasians. How to be like the West, the
Chinese,
the Chinese, the Japanese, the Indians, their way of doing things. Read that.
Psalms chapter 106 and verse 35.
Read.
But were mingled among the heathen.
Right, we're mingled among the heathen. You have to understand that. Read.
And learned their works.
Yeah, we didn't learn the Most High's works. We learned their works. Just like he was talking about, the priest was talking about. Now we're getting piercings. Now we're getting tattoos. Listen, now we're walking out in the street with no clothes.
Oh, man.
It's harlots in the street like it's cool. You walking in the mall with your little girl with no clothes on. With tights at the age of 5. How does that work? How you got diapers and tights on? That makes no sense. But because we're doing the works of the heathen, we don't know what's righteous. It's sickening. Listen, I had to jump off a brother at the junior high school. You got junior high girls walking around like they're grown. Like they should be on the whole stroll. It's sad. It is extremely sad, but that is the condition of our people. Because we're mingled amongst the heathen and we like that. We like what they do. Read that again.
Psalms chapter 106 and verse 35. But were mingled among the heathen.
Read.
And learned their works.
Yeah, we learn their works. And the sad part about it, it's not just us. It's our mothers. It's our fathers, our grandparents. All of us have learned the heathen's works. And this is what we're trying to come back to. This is what the Israelite woman should be trying to come back to. Give me Ezekiel chapter 16 and verse 44. Once again, we're still on this point about the ways of an Israelite woman. But I'm trying to show you right now that the Israelite woman don't know the ways of how to be an Israelite woman. Why? Because we're listening to mom. We're listening to grandma. We're listening to the TV, the magazines, all these different distractions. Listen to music, and we're going to get there. But read that.
Ezekiel chapter 16 and verse 44. Behold, everyone that useth proverbs shall use this proverb against thee.
Okay, read.
Saying, as is the mother, so is the daughter.
Read that again.
Behold, everyone.
That last precept.
Come. Saying, as is the mother, so is her daughter.
And that's what's going on right now. Where we at?
Ezekiel chapter 16 and verse 44.
Right. It says, as is the mother, so is the daughter. Our mothers didn't know. Your mothers didn't know the laws and statutes or even how to be a virtuous woman. They didn't know how to take care of the husband. They didn't know how to take care of the men of the household of faith. But it says, as the mother is, so is the daughter.
Think about how many men your mama brought home. How many stepdads you had. They start going through their mind. You're like, damn. They don't know their mom just got all you can out of nowhere.
Right.
But that's how it is. Your mom, your mom not even here. She just, oh, you can. No, but how many men your mama brought home? How many men was your uncle? Stop it.
Right.
Family members. Nah, those were niggas that she was laid up with. Right. Why? Because she learned from her mama how to be that way. Why? Because her mama learned back in slavery how man was broke. And they went on with that disrespect. They went on from the ways of the heathen. I know y'all think sometimes you're like, yeah, the ways of the heathen, we learn it. Y'all getting too much knowledge. You got to understand, it really happened.
Right.
You know what I mean? The white man really broke your ass in front of, the black man's ass in front of the woman. And did what? Demeanor and broke down the man-child and showed the woman that the black man wasn't nothing. This is still happening today, but the effects of what was done in slavery is still lingering. You understand that? You got to realize that. Go ahead.
Give me Jeremiah chapter 31 and verse 32, because this is exactly what happened whenever you start breaking down the man. You break down the man, and this is what the world wants. This is what America wants. And this is where we're at right now. Read that.
Jeremiah chapter 31, verse 32. not according to the covenant that I made with their fathers in the day that I took them by the hand.
Now 31 and 22. Jeremiah chapter 31 and verse 22.
God, how long wilt thou go about, O thou backsliding daughter?
Right, backsliding daughter, read.
For the Lord hath created a new thing.
So I want you to understand what this is saying right here. It said he created a new thing, which means this wasn't originally. This epidemic, this event that's about to happen was never known to mankind.
That's happened after Eve did what? After Eve submitted to Satan, now you got this new thing in heaven, this new thing on earth. See, this is what we were talking about earlier. It wasn't supposed to be this way. Go ahead, read.
Come, for the Lord hath created a new thing in the earth.
Read.
A woman shall compass a man.
And that's exactly what's going on now. The woman has surpassed the man. Now the woman in her mind, she thinks that she runs things, or that she at least is trying to run things. Oh, I think I should be equal. Because back in the 1800s, the 1900s, you had these other nations that tried to raise up. They wanted voting rights. Oh, we want to wear pants now. So now the Israelite woman was following that fashion as well. Which did what? Broke down our households. And that's why we have division. That's why we have chaos. Read that last precept again.
Come, a woman shall compass a man.
Right, because the woman is compassing the man. She thinks she is. In this world she is. Spiritually, no, she's not. And the thing about it is that our women, the Israelite woman, we actually feed into that. Because why? Beyonce, right? What song Beyonce come out with? All my single ladies. All my single ladies. Yeah, listen, they rock to that. They want to be single. They thrive into that.
But Beyonce was crying when Jay-Z was going out behind her, talking about all my single ladies, right? But she was crying. Why? Because she know that she needed a man.
Yep.
You see, but where is she learning that from? The heathen, the other nations. And then your house is all jacked up. Statistically, black and Hispanic homes, one single parent homes, right, is high. But their communities, their America, they what? They grow up with mommy and daddy. They grow up with, a nice, good old community. But your families, your homes are what? Trodden down and broke down. Go ahead.
Cardi B. Listen, I'm going to have to go through the line real quick just to let you know, so the Israelite woman, where your mind's at. Listen, what are you listening to get your mind so thrown off, to think that you run things, that you surpass the man, literally. Cardi B. Who listen to Cardi B in here? Cardi B. Listen, I'm going to hit one of her lyrics.
The girl that looks like she got a speech impediment.
Right.
She talks like a man. The girl that talks, I lived in New York, trust me. Beautiful women out in New York, but I'll tell you, man, the way they talk, it's just like they want to sound like men.
Yeah.
It's terrible.
Listen, this is one of her raps for those that listen to Cardi B, and to let you know what kind of mind frame she's in. I guess I really got to show them what the F is up. I'm on some other S. That Cardi B got a S, see? But the thing about it is that, listen, let me repeat it again. I guess I really got to show them what the F is up. I'm on some other S. That Cardi B got a S. Think about it. She's trying to put herself on this like I run things. I'm on this gutters. I'm this gangster. If you actually go through her lyrics, she always talking about I'm a gangster. I run this, I run that. Nigga, no you don't. But that's what our women is listening to. Our brains have been, once again, corrupted. You think that you're this person that you're really not. The Most High is not respecting this high-minded individual.
And that's why America itself, statistically, the marriage rate. We know we ain't Americans, but living in America, statistically, the marriage rate is...
Yeah.
Why? Because nobody respects marriage anymore. They came up with this, that's why we definitely gotta bring understanding when brothers talk about, you know, the paper. Because you don't respect land with anybody no more.
Right.
Because according to them, if you ain't got a ring and a piece of paper, you ain't married. Now everybody's just fornicating. That's what gets you to fornicate. Instead of knowing that when you lay with each other, you guys should be bound to each other. Go ahead.
Yeah, that's sad. People really think a piece of paper is gonna hold them down. Stop it.
Yeah. Especially not in this time.
Right.
Oh, they come on, man. They'll divorce you like this. Why? Because it's easy as that with them, right? It ain't really cherished in the eyes of the Most High. What?
They just want that piece of paper because for the carnality.
Yeah.
They not even thinking about it. Like,
Nah.
longevity,
I'm gonna be, forever.
They just want to, like, you know what? I just want half and that's it. I'm going to the next.
Yeah, they only thinking about when I break up with this ball player,
Right.
I'm gonna get this amount. He's gonna take care of the kids forever. Janet Jackson did that to that billionaire. Got him.
Right.
Got him. She was like with him for what, 2 weeks?
Damn.
She was with him for like 2 weeks, had a baby. And now she got him. And now she's what? Oh, I think I should be the only person that sees the kids. Got him.
Janet Jackson did that?
Janet Jackson. Billionaire.
Oh, they all good,
Got
bro.
him.
Dang.
They are all just gutter.
Yeah, then they just like have babies from one star
Right.
to the next.
Like you got Eve with this billionaire. What is it?
Billionaire white dude.
Yeah, billionaire ball. He did something with some cars or something like that. Man, stop, Eve. Stop it. But that's listen.
The
But
most ratchet shit
Right.
in the game.
yeah, the thing about it is that these are the lies that America is teaching our women, man. Them how to be Israelite women. Their mothers ain't teach them how to be Israelite women. But I bet Webby taught them how to be INDEPENT. Yeah, you know what that means. She got her own car. She got her own. That's garble. Because what is that?
Right.
Like the scripture said, better is two to be together. What was the scripture that we pulled earlier?
Two are better than one.
Two are better than one. Listen, the world is saying, listen, you can be by yourself, black woman. It's better for you to rule your own mind, rule your own household, than have a brother that's going to be there for you.
Oh, you know who's a real demon? I don't want y'all to start stoning me.
Uh-oh.
Drake.
Oh, yeah.
He's a real demon.
Yes.
Why? Because all he does is rap for the
women.
yeah. Oh, it's all good. Be a stripper.
Right.
Be a hoe. Like, it don't matter. You know what? I still love you.
Get yours.
Like, get yours. Like, I still have a high respect for you swinging on that pole.
Right.
And it's like, it's like everybody now is like, look, you got to respect me. That's my profession.
Right.
But that's that heathenistic mind state. To be a what? A temple whore.
Yeah.
That's where that come from. Strippers, temple whores. Go ahead.
Going into, listen, does anybody know Elizabeth Smith Miller?
Who the hell's that?
Yeah, Elizabeth Smith Miller was one of the first women to actually wear pants. That was back in the 1800s. But the reason why she wore them was to, it was for voting rights. She wanted to be like a man. But then there was another woman by the name of Fanny Wright, who was the first woman to wear pants, they say as well. She was a Scottish woman who became a U.S. citizen in 1825. All right? She's known as a writer, feminist, abolitionist, and a social reformer.
Listen, in all these, listen, this is why I say learn not the way of the heathen, because she probably was a what? She probably was a lesbian on the low.
God.
These are white women that wanted power, right, over the man. And of course, you got the black woman, the Israelite woman doing what? That, I'm going to follow that. The way they dress, the way they walk, the way they talk, the way they act.
Right. And you know, and with that, with this gene thing, you know, our women never wore that. And the cool part about it is that Americans, women actually never wore that. In the 1850s, that's when it kind of started to be popular, to wear capri pants, to wear pants for women. But once again, this is the lies that America have given us. We think that wearing pants is cool. Go ahead.
Just kind of on the same lines, me and my dad, we went to Miami a while back. And of course,
Right.
And so he was just explaining to me, he's like, there's a point in time where people used to go to the beach fully dressed. And of course, I'm just mainly focused on the women because they're just walking around like, might as well with nothing on.
Yeah.
And so I was just like, man, over time, and he's like, he was explaining to me, just each year it just got worse and worse and worse.
Yeah, once again, that's his wicked world.
It's like what Quatazat was talking about the other day. Let me get one to add before that one. You're getting 1 Corinthians 7:31. It's like what Quatazat was talking about the other day, the difference between the clean and the unclean. Putting that separation and acknowledging. See, I like how this class started because it first has to go with you understanding where you're getting this from. It started perfect because it started with a perfect question. Knowing that a lot of you don't understand that you ain't you. You're what you've been created in the factory. And what factory? The emotional mother factory. The single parent home factory. The bitter black woman factory. The bitter Hispanic woman factory. And that's how you came about. And guess what? You'll raise your kids like that. That's why y'all got to be conscious of what the heathen is influencing y'all with. Y'all got to think, man. But read this. First, we're talking about the pants, the clothes. Read that.
1 Corinthians chapter 7 and verse 31.
Go ahead.
And they that use this world, as not abusing it.
Right.
For the fashion of this world passes away.
Yeah, for the fashion, the clothing of this world passeth away. Y'all got to understand that. The Most High said, get Deuteronomy 22 verse 5. Then we're going to get that Zephaniah 1 and 8 we were talking about earlier. Alright? That you had a question on. Because you're right. It does go with Isaiah. It does go right with this, what it's saying, what we're talking about right now. Read that, Deuteronomy 22 verse 5.
Deuteronomy.
You hear me, Jeremiah? Your question yesterday about Zephaniah 1 and 8, you're right. It does go exactly right with it. Read that.
Deuteronomy chapter 22 and verse 5.
Go ahead.
The woman shall not wear that which pertaineth unto a man.
See why? Because that was the fashion of this world. These white women started with the pants. Then you got some faggot, some homosexual, some lesbian. Look at every fashion designer. Every fashion designer is geared now. It got the woman down. Because it turned the woman into the man.
Right.
Pants, right? Dressing like a man.
Long shirts, long shirts.
Yeah, all these things to make a woman. It's the style of the clothing that contours the body to make her look masculine. The fashion of this world passeth away. That's why I said for a woman not to wear pants. Go ahead.
Neither shall a man put on a woman's garment.
Now they got what? The contouring. I seen it yesterday in the gym. Every damn way they go in the gym.
You got tights on.
Oh man.
With no over.
They get the skinny ones. Like, dude, like these are sweats.
Yeah, I see.
Niggas got big booties, like walking around shaking their ass like women. I'm like,
right.
I looked at I looked from a distance. I was like, what the? And then I was like, that's a dude. But he was a sodomite. And I was thinking like, God, this is filthy.
Technically, you're wearing your underwear whenever you wear those tights. Those are your underwears.
Right.
You shouldn't be showing them
You remember the long johns we used to wear back in the days?
Right.
That's all they wearing outside. Remember the long johns?
Spandex long johns.
Remember the kid ones we used to wear?
The white.
Yeah, the white ones. That's all they're wearing. The fashion of this world passeth away. With the women, you got that from America. You got that from the heathen. Your thoughts, the way you walk, talk, and dress. You ain't independent, man. So this is why we got to understand what and how a woman should conduct herself. But watch, go to that Zephaniah 1 and 8. Get that one real quick. And this is pertaining to a question, but I was like, yeah, we're going to go over that. But he was like, we're going to go over this class. I was like, we're going to add it. Because it's perfect. It's perfect for what we're talking about. Read that.
Zephaniah chapter 1 and verse 8.
Go ahead.
And it shall come to pass in the day of the Lord's sacrifice that I will punish the princes.
That I will do what?
Punish the princes.
Right? Because why? When you read up, Israel was doing everything the heathens were doing. Israel was doing wicked. So he said, I'm going to punish them. Go ahead.
And the king's children.
Go ahead.
And all such as are clothed with strange apparel.
Why? Because they was dressing, walking, acting, talking like the heathen. You got on their clothes.
Right.
You got on their fashion. Right? We didn't dress like that. We dressed with things that were going to separate us. What's crazy is every ancient picture you look at, you can know who the Israelites are.
Right.
When we was in the Assyrian captivity, these cats had braids, and on the bottom, what you see? Fringes. When we was in the Egyptian captivity, go look on the walls. Right? When we was carrying stuff and the Egyptians, Google it. You can see the Israelites had braids and fringes. The image that they just found the other day.
Oh, in Israel.
In Israel.
Right, that was actually on the north side of Israel.
Was it an Ephraimite?
They didn't say specific.
No. I forgot who it was. I forgot what tribe it was. It was a king. They found the image. Guess what he had on? Braids. It was just the head. You didn't have the body. But you see, our fashion differed from the fashion of this world. Even now. Like, well, our fringes and everything, how our swag. You know what I mean? People are like, they're trying to adopt that. They start to put it in their fashion. Right? Why? Because they know we are the swag. Right? We're the style. But this fashion's going to pass away, man. Go ahead.
Give me just on that. Give me 1 Maccabees 1 and 14 real quick. Just to show you that this is what we did in past time. Read that.
1 Maccabees chapter 1 and verse 10.
14.
Oh, verse 14. It says the Mattathias.
No, 1 Maccabees chapter 1 and verse 14.
Chapter 1 and verse 14. Whereupon they built a place of exercise.
Right.
At Jerusalem. According to the customs of the heathen.
Once again, they built the gym to the customs of the heathen, and the heathens worked out butt naked. That's why you got our women in there with tight pants.
Butt naked.
Butt naked.
I seen this one at the gym yesterday. She ain't had no panties on.
Yeah.
She pulled her spandex all the way up.
Right.
Past her belly button. I think I seen her ovaries. She had no panties on. I was like, and then she knows she was coming to the gym just for people to look. Because she had the fake eyebrows that came all the way out here.
Eyelashes?
Eyelashes. That would have been funny though. The eyebrows. Spooky. No, she had the fake eyelashes. And I looked at her, she smiled at me, and I nodded like, you filthy dirty.
Right.
Yeah, I did the nod like,
You ready to go get me?
nah, I already got once. I did like that. No, but that's what it is, man. They don't care. You know what? When we were going over this topic, you know what came into mind? With a parade, with a
the lesbian parade?
No, the Trump owns the with the women, they
the beauty pageant.
The beauty pageant.
Oh, okay.
Thank you for helping me out. I lost it. The beauty pageant. They're banning. Now think about how crazy this is. They're banning two pieces, swimsuits. They're taking that off. How the hell? 1 minute you care about the sexuality,
Right.
and the next minute you got the slut walk.
Yeah,
Now you care about women coming around being butt naked, but you got the slut walk.
You got days we can rock.
You got gay day parade.
rock your breasts out.
You got New York.
No bra day. No draws day.
That's why America, man, will have your head everywhere.
Right.
But with the law, the commandments, there's stability. Right? It's light. It's clarity. Okay, let me follow this. This is going to keep my character. And they're not telling you, man, that a woman is way more beautiful covered up. I mean, you almost think sometimes a woman covered up is more desirable than a woman's not. That's not. That same woman, she would have looked more desirable if she was covered up with a dress. Why? Because then, now you're thinking like, wow, she's beautiful. She's not showing all of that. But they don't have no respect for themselves, man. And that's what America teaches the woman. Don't respect yourself until we tell you. Now we want respect. The Me Too movement. Like, nigga, you don't care. What are you talking about? The Me Too movement. 50 years later, you care about how women are being treated, but on every rap video, what? Women are being poured on. You know, they pour liquor on women.
Right. Twerk session.
Yeah, they don't respect you. So you guys got to think. If you're going after the thought, the wisdom of this world, they're never going to respect you. That's why they don't teach you how to be a wife. They don't teach you how to be a mother. They don't teach you how to be an example in your household. They teach you what? You're an independent woman.
Superior.
Y'all see this? It's sad, man. That's why we gotta understand the devices of Satan and what they're using to corrupt your mind and keep your household in disarray. Y'all should be saying this. When you get in these arguments at home, you should be understanding that Satan got the upper hand. That Satan got the upper hand. That he got you. Why? Because you can't get that black family, that Hispanic family united. Worth nothing. It's almost like it's destined to crumble. That's why you got to have the Most High in your family. You got to establish your household in righteousness. Is everything all right with that?
No, I'm just making sure.
Okay. You understand that? Con? Okay.
Yeah, that's exactly what the what America's trying to do. They're trying to make you feel as if you don't need the man. Give me Isaiah chapter 3 and verse 12. Isaiah chapter 3 and verse 12.
Isaiah chapter 3, verse 12.
Right. Because once again, these are the lies that America is telling the Israelite woman. That listen, I don't need a man. I can do this by myself. But we're going to see what the Bible says about that. Once again, the class is called The Ways of the Israelite Woman.
Just press
All right,
and hold
read
the
that.
Bixby key
Isaiah
whenever you
chapter
need.
8,
I'll respond to your
3,
voice or
verse 12.
text.
As for my people, children are their oppressors.
Right, children are their
Here are
oppressors.
all
Read.
the
And
languages I can
women
speak.
rule over
Hey, that's
them.
what's going on right now, man. Listen, you go to the mall one day, sit down, and just look. You'll see women dragging men around. Don't touch that. Don't talk to them. You can't get that. They go into a store, they got to wait on the outside. What does that say again?
God, as for my people, children are their oppressors. And women rule over them.
And that's what's going on right now. But according to the Most High, that's not how it should be. Read.
But let me ask you this. What are they putting up the most for these women? What are they putting at the forefront for these women to rule over you? Right, Con? But let's get more straight to the point. I'll put it like this. When you go to the mall, what are you seeing? You seeing what? Booty. You're seeing booty. Not beauty, booty. That's why you got to understand. Go there first. Go to Ecclesiastes 25:21. Then we're going to go to Proverbs 31. Go there, Ecclesiastes 25:21.
Can I say one thing?
No. Read. Go ahead.
It's really, you know, they say sex is a weapon.
Yeah.
Right? So what they do, they're using the woman's sexuality as
Yep.
a way to. I just had a conversation about this in the mall with a woman.
Wow.
They use the spandex, they use the tight clothes.
Yeah.
They use all this as a control mechanism.
Yeah.
To keep a man in the wraps. If you're not doing what I say,
you're not getting this boom boom tonight.
You ain't getting none of this
boom boom star.
Yeah. And it's not even clean.
No, it's not. It's fishy.
Yeah, it's dirty.
It's very fishy.
But you got cats so
and that's
caught
biblical.
Up. Yeah, that's biblical.
Go ahead.
Right? You got cats so caught up thinking like, damn, I'm not gonna get none.
Right.
I gotta bow down.
Baby, I'm begging. Baby, I'm begging.
Yeah. Sound
woo,
like
woo, woo, woo.
King Sweat begging. Really,
right.
really begging.
Right.
But that's the thing. It's just a control mechanism. Once you break away from that, then you realize that you can't be brought under the power of that, and you won't.
But why do you think there's still a lot of young single brothers that's willing to just get on porn, get a doll? Did I say that right? A doll, right?
Not Pocket. You said it right.
Doll? Doll?
First way.
I always get that.
They get the pocket.
Yeah, they get the pocket.
Boom boom star.
Yeah.
At least that's clean.
Yeah.
Right? But
Stop.
but no, I see what you're
We
saying.
don't want to give no brothers no ideas. That's wrong too, brothers.
But they do it because why? They can't be controlled by it.
Yeah.
But even that is a form of control.
Absolutely. And the thing is, the scriptures say when a man doesn't have a wife, he go up and down, and
he looks thirsty.
He's thirsty. Him is thirsty.
Yeah.
Right. So they know what their power is.
Yep.
You know what I mean? They know what their power is. But read that out. Read real quick.
Ecclesiastes chapter 25 and verse 21.
And then go to Proverbs 31:30. Go ahead.
Stumble not at the beauty of a woman.
That's why the scriptures is telling you don't stumble after their beauty. Don't fall to that. Don't let that be an equation. Listen, the Most High will send you a right woman.
Right.
And she ain't got to be what you don't like. She can be what you like. There's still beautiful, righteous women. You know what I mean? There's still what you call beautiful, righteous woman. Everybody got their flavor. So there is somebody for you. But you got to put your trust in the Most High and not what?
Stumble not at the beauty of a woman.
But that's what they use. They use the woman's beauty and body. That's why I said this is damn hypocritical as hell. One minute you saying that, show your body, put your breasts out there. Now, our beauty pageant is going to be prestige. It's not going to put women out there. What are you talking about?
But why do you have a bathing suit portion of the beauty contest?
Right.
Do they not?
No,
It's America got beauty, the bathing suit part.
Right. Isn't that what they're taking out too?
Good.
They're taking that out.
Oh, the bathing suit part?
That's the point.
Oh, so they want them to have brains.
Yeah, they want them to have brains, but my point is, one minute you want them to have brains, but you're teaching the kids slut walk, boob day, twerk, all these things. That's how the heathen have deceived the mind of the people, man. Whoever came back out with the spandex from the 80s, whoever did that, bro, turned everybody out.
Yeah.
We got to fight with Israelites.
Nah, the sad part is like when you see a chick walking through spandex in the mall, you're like, hey, you just got done working out? And she's like, no.
Yeah, right.
It's like, wait, so none of y'all worked out today?
No.
She was walking around in a workout uniform?
Yeah.
That's like if I see a
but it's not a workout uniform.
Not no more.
It's to promote their body.
Yeah, over-sexualize everything.
Over-sexualize everything. Read it one more time.
Good. Stumble not at the beauty of a woman.
Go ahead.
And desire her not for pleasure.
See, and that's the problem is that when you look at them, you're like, wow, she thick. She righteous. No, she's not.
Or I can make her righteous.
I can make her righteous. And now, the sad thing is that you can't even, it's almost like, where are you going to be the righteous woman at?
Right.
You know what I mean?
But it's like you said, the Most High will send it.
The Most High will send it.
Do what you
And now, let's get it right. We're not trying to stone all the women's spandex. Because we know a lot of them are going to change. Let's be real. Some of them are going to change. You know what I mean? So, and you were that woman in the world, you were that dude in the world, but what we're going over is showing what things the world promotes to make you bend to that ideal concept. While the world makes you over sexualize yourself, and then you don't create an environment of unity and peace and order in the house. You just like, listen, I get rid of this nigga that's trying to control me. I'm just gonna go throw on some spandex and go to the mall and get any nigga. That's what this is about. It's not just about pointing out the spandex. It's about showing that what America does to you, to where that woman that is covered up and head covered and carry herself like an Israelite woman, it's almost like she gotta fight that much more to come out of that.
Read that one more time.
Yeah.
Read that one more time.
Ecclesiastes chapter 25 and verse 21.
Go ahead.
Stumble not at the beauty of a woman.
Right, so that's society's whole thing, is to keep a man stumbling at this woman. But check this out. Read.
And desire her not for pleasure.
Because if I desire a woman for her pleasure, guess what I'm not going to build in her?
Yeah.
I'm not going to build in her Proverbs 31. So guess what it does? It also affects the woman.
Yeah.
And that's what they don't see. It's like, well, yeah, I got big boobs and a big butt and I got all the makeup on, but there's nothing being instilled in me to actually promote life. Like, after the big butt, the boobs, and the makeup fades off, what do I have?
You have a bald spot. Let me stop.
Because the weave and all
the weave has pulled your hair back.
Yeah, no, but it's
and
real.
then you did like Tamar Braxton. You purpled your hair. Now you look like a bald purple dyke. I don't know.
Like a Barney?
Like
a purple dyke.
They really
no,
like.
But then some take it to the extreme of,
oh Lord,
I gotta keep my breasts right, my butt right. So I'm doing the injections.
Yeah.
But then when that fades out and I'm 50 years old, 40, 30 years old, and everything just looks out of proportion and out of place.
Yeah.
I don't have anything to fall back on spiritually.
Right.
So nobody wants me.
I don't have no mental.
No mental. So what happens? Now I become a dyke. Or I just be alone. No man want, or I just continue to be used for the wrong thing. So the women got to see that the society's setting you up too. They setting the women up for failure.
Right.
But if a man only wants you for your body,
he
ain't gonna desire to make you into anything else but a pincushion.
So going back to the point of his class, there's two things we're saying here. That obviously the men can't desire the woman for that. But two, also, what is the mind state of America doing to the women to where, there's really nothing I have to fight through spiritual in my household. Because all I can do is just go have my boobs out, go in the club, and meet any Joe Dummy in the club, and he can give me some attention.
And all he's doing is using me for pleasure.
Right.
America's telling you that all you are, you're really just a glorified sex doll.
Yeah.
You're the one that talks.
Ooh.
That's it. I mean, really, think about it. Really think about it.
Yeah.
America's saying, listen, we want men to desire you for pleasure.
Yeah.
So you're the one that talks back and gives him issues, but he wants you for pleasure only. He's not going to build you.
Yeah.
You got to see what they're doing.
Yeah.
It's a destruction on all our people, man.
You finish that? Good. Proverbs 31 and 30.
Proverbs chapter 31 and verse 30. Favor is deceitful.
Right.
And beauty is vain.
You see that? So what is the Most High coming back and showing you in your heart? He's showing you that you can't get proud and haughty on your looks. You can't get proud and haughty on your looks and your physical. Because you're not going to be looking after your heart and looking how to get your mind right.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Your butt and breasts can't raise children.
There you go.
Your makeup, all the Mac, Rihanna, nude, all that. It can't. Lululemons, that don't raise children. That don't build. It says wisdom buildeth their house.
There you go.
Not makeup and butt implants and Lululemons and Victoria's Secret. That's what builds a house. So you got to see that America's psychology, the way they've been twisting everything and really messing our people up, it's a psychological attack on the women also.
Give me Psalms chapter 45 and 10. We're going to do it like this. Psalms 45 and 10, because all this wickedness that we've learned, listen, we have to turn our backs from it. The wickedness that we learned from our fathers, how to roll a blunt, how to maybe sell a pound, wrap it up, duct tape it, stick it with some Vaseline, stick it in the bag.
But even better yet, how to not deal with our women. If we deal on the topic, how to not build our families. That's what we've been taught in a reverse way, where it wasn't important to talk. The man, think about it. You sit around the dinner table, if you did that, Pops wasn't asking you what was up with your day. He wasn't bringing wisdom to the table. You know, he wasn't bringing anything that was going to continue the family for longevity. That's why Pops peeled out, and you were raised without him, because he didn't have the wisdom to even deal with your mom.
Right.
He had the wisdom to deal with you when he had a long day at work and the world was beating him down. His wife didn't understand that she was the pillar of rest. She brought more chaos to his life. You see that? So that's what it's about. That's what America taught our people.
Yeah, and they didn't teach that it wasn't going to be about your body. It wasn't going to be about your physical. One more just on that. Ecclesiastes 26:22.
Ecclesiastes chapter 26 and verse 22.
Yeah, before he transitions. Go ahead.
God, and harlot shall be accounted as spittle.
See, they're not telling you that. They're not telling you that listen, nobody's going to have respect for you. You know what I mean? They're not telling you that when you show your ass and your breasts and you go to the gym like that, or you go out in the street in the mall and the people see you, that Most High doesn't have favor in that. Now, we know we talk about physical, but we're talking about spiritual, the mind. The Most High accounts this type of woman as spit. Your value is down. Your value is so low. Read it again.
And harlot shall be accounted as spittle.
Yeah, and that's what they're creating you to be. They're creating you to be that whore. That the face of America is a black woman, right? And they put it on social media, beat it into the young women's head, beat it into the children's head, and what? Now they want to be like the women on social media, loud, disrespectful, disgruntled, and butt naked. Watch, read, go ahead.
But a married woman.
But a what?
Married woman.
Right.
Is a tower against death.
Yeah, what happened to respecting a woman would be what? Covering her up, right? A woman respecting herself and her family would be shown how to guide the house and the family. Then they want to know why the morality of America it's trodden down. Why? Because they're teaching you how to run around and be whores. They're not teaching you how to be a married woman and to honor your husband, your husband and your kids. Excuse me. Go ahead. Right. Go from there. Go to jump over to 25 and 23.
25 and verse 23.
Go ahead.
A wicked woman abated the courage.
Right. So what do they teach you to do? Read it again.
A wicked woman abated the courage.
They teach you how to abate and take away the courage. Like we went over earlier, right? They teach you how to be this woman that breaks households down. They teach you how to break down a family and a man. So when you get that man, girl, you break his ass. You show him who's in control.
And you know what's sad about that? Like all these chicks idolize Beyonce as this independent woman, but she ran off and first of all, she said she was a survivor, she's independent, blah, 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 and then went and got married.
Right. You
got Rihanna talking about she's a rebel, she's this, she's independent, but she's chasing after dudes. Every 5 minutes she got a new dude. Like, you got all these chicks that they tell you one thing and they do the total opposite.
Right.
And America only pushes when Rihanna got her breasts out in some fishnets.
Right.
When Beyonce's running around in some weird pants or yeah, they only push the sexuality part and they don't show you like, oh yeah, she's being a mother, she's being this, she's being that. Because they don't want you to be that. They don't want you to be that. They want you to be the harlot.
Yeah, I wanted him to jump to 26, 25. I'm sorry.
26 and verse 25.
Go ahead.
A shameless woman shall be counted as a dog.
And that's what they try to get you to be. They try to treat you. Listen, they want, you know, somebody asks about prayer, how to Satan block our prayers. You know how he does? He tempts you. You give in, and you what? Now he can bring this accusation against you. Like the Most High, she's not a righteous woman. She's a whore. She's a harlot. In return, the Most High looks at you like what?
A whore and a harlot.
A whore, a harlot, and a dog. The Most High said, because why? You lose all shame. You lose all self-respect for yourself, for your household, for your family. You're just, like the scripture say, we were as beasts before you.
Good.
So the woman is not honored no more. Why? Because America knows how to pull out of you the carnal things, feed into the flesh. That's why he said, love not the world, neither the things that are in the world. The love of the world is the lust of the flesh, the pride of life, the lust of the eyes, and that's what it teaches you. Be like this. Use this lipstick. You're independent. And then when you got to control yourself, you got to come out of the clubs. You got to hide the 50 tattoos you got up under your breasts like Rihanna. Right? You realize that what? You were worthless to the Most High. See, and that's what they want us to be, worthless to the Most High. He wants the black woman, he wants America, Satan wants you to be worthless to the Most High. Read it again.
A shameless woman shall be counted as a dog.
Right.
But she that is shamefaced will fear the Lord.
Right. You see that?
And I know we hitting on this like dress code / mentality.
Yeah.
/ how you carry yourself. But I know some are thinking, well, it's just spandex, or it's just this, or it's just that, or it's just makeup. Come on. You're right. But you have to understand the spirituality behind the way it's being pushed.
Right.
And where it starts. If I roll around in basketball shorts long enough, I'll end up being on the court playing ball. You know, think about it. The uniform says it all. If I do something physically wrong enough, my spirit is going to associate. And that's the thing. When they gave you that harlot's attire,
right?
What it does now, it takes away that shamefacedness. So now you walk through the mall in sheer dresses and underwear, literally. And now you take away that shameful woman. Now it's okay for me to twerk, butt cheeks out, lingerie on, and so I get into that mentality slowly.
Right, and I don't know if you hit this yesterday, but 26 and 9. I didn't get the last end of the class. Did you hit that?
And where?
Ecclesiastes 26 and 9.
I didn't touch the apocrypha.
Oh, okay. Ecclesiastes 26 and 9. Because right what you're saying, this is what they're pulling the woman to be. How does the Most High shun and turn his back on his people? How does he shun and turn his back on the women of Israel? Read it again.
Hey, quick. You want me to jump
Verse 9.
Verse
26 and 9. Read.
Come. The whoredom of a woman.
That's what they want to bring out. They want to bring out that whore, that harlot. I'm gonna make you be that.
Yeah.
But how? What is it? Just looks? Read.
May be known in her haughty look.
Right? It says her what?
Haughty looks.
Read.
And eyelids.
And see, it's now you start changing the spirit of this individual. That's why when you jump back to 25 and 17, it says what?
25 and verse 17.
Write these down. Read.
The wickedness of a woman changes her face.
So if I can get this woman to be like a whore, to be like a harlot, through her looks, through her outward appearance, it's going to change her spirit. It's going to change her countenance and how she acts. Because when you get those spandex on, I'm telling you, this chick walked from the bed thing. Like, I ignored her. I went and worked out on another thing. She made a point to circle around, walk past me, and drop like each ass cheek like,
bam, bam,
bam. It was like that. And I'm like looking at her like, that's a little much.
Because it builds this.
I'm offended.
It builds a confidence. It builds this shameless confidence.
It does.
It's a shameless confidence where now I can look you dead in the eyes like, what's up, nigga?
Right. Like
I got on spandex. What's up, nigga?
All she had to say was $20.
Yeah.
All she had to say, why? Because it's the characteristic that breaks down physically. Where the scriptures say you know a man by his walk, his talk, his attire, his excessive laughter. Same thing with a woman. You know how she dressed. You know that whoredom when you look in her eyes.
Right. You see that lust.
Yeah, but then that lust of the flesh, that outward, it changes your countenance. You spiritually be jacked the hell up. You seek attention from the wrong men. You get the wrong men. You get abused. And then what? Your spirit gets distorted.
Yeah,
And like I said earlier, how many men you gonna be up in the shower looking at? To where your spirit's like, damn. Like again and again and again, another baby daddy. See, read that part again.
God, verse 17.
Uh-huh.
The wickedness of a woman changeth her face and darkeneth her countenance.
Right?
Like, does what?
Yeah.
Darkeneth her
And
countenance.
that's the thing with these chicks when they that whoredom, that flesh, them eyelids. You can look at these chicks' face, man. Their whole countenance is dark. You're no longer that innocent little girl.
Right.
You that haughty spirited, grown, ran through woman. But her face, you can see it, man. Her eyes is dark. And it's like, damn, what's up with you? And then you start talking to her, and you're like, oh, you've been ran through. You let a lot of dudes touch that. Because America told you it was okay. That was the thing to do. Satan done tricked you. But your spirit is dark. Go ahead.
Yeah.
Like sackcloth.
Like what?
Sackcloth.
So now what happens is what? Your face changed, your physical appearance changed, then you become verse 20. Read.
Verse 20.
Read.
As the chambering up
as a climbing up. Read.
As the climbing up a sandy way.
Right.
Is to the feet of the age.
Right.
So is a wife full of words.
So now your outward appearance is as a harlot. Your countenance is black and not black as in color, black as in spirit, is dirty, right? Now you speak, you walk, you talk, you act like this woman that's of the world. See, this is what the Most High is saying. We got to distance. The women of Israel were not this women. They were supposed to be this type of women. But you learned that from what? TV, social media, friends, bitter mama, bitter grandma, bitter aunties.
Bitter aunties.
Yeah.
Most bitter. Bitter aunties. Bitter, your own bitterness, making the wrong decisions.
Yeah.
This is how you learn. These are all learned behaviors, learned traits.
Now, what are you doing in the household? You're verse 20. Read it again.
As the climbing up a sandy way,
right,
is to the feet
right,
of the age,
right.
So is a wife full of words to a quiet man.
Right. Now you come home, your husband walking the door, and he's like, "Ooh, I just want to kick my. Where you been? Where's that at? Where? See, you always and you see, and you're like, damn, I just walked in. You know what I mean? I just got up. Like, you just wake up out of bed. It's like, what the fuck? I'm going back to sleep. Like, why? Like, what happened? I just literally opened up my eyes and your world is over. I rolled over. You opened up your eyes. How'd you get demons on you from this to this?
Because they were always there.
They were always there. See? Because why? The world is trapping you in this mind. The world is influencing you more than the spirit. So you become this what? You become this woman that goes home, that's bitter, that's angry, that's disgruntled, that's hateful. That's the point. That's the point of all the image of how you look. It's to break you. So when you go home, read 28 and 15.
You said chapter 28?
Chapter 28 and 15.
Verse
this
15.
is what it's to get you in. Go ahead.
Backbiting. A backbiting tongue.
A what?
Backbiting tongue.
Yeah, all that is to get you home to break your family down. That's what it's about. It says her eye is evil towards her husband, right? And the way she talk now is a backbiting. You say banana, I say apple. You say up, down. Left, right. Yeah, left, right. Anything you say, I'm going to say no. I'm going to just disagree with you straight off. What? Nope. Read.
A backbiting tongue hath cast out a virtuous women.
And that's the point. The point is to cast out that virtuous wife. The point is to make you into that whore and make you for them. Make that countenance dark. But the virtuous woman, nah. Where? Look around. How many virtuous women are there? How many righteous women are there?
That's why it says who can find one.
Right, there you go.
a virtuous woman who could find, because women, the psychosis of America has programmed you into this. That woman that just talks back about everything, but they disguise it as, oh, you're defending yourself, or you're independent, or you have a say.
Strong.
You're strong, you're independent. They disguise it as with these words, but it's really prideful, rebellious, and lack of humility.
Right.
That's what it really is. Bitter, upset, mad, hurt, angry. Those are the real words behind it. But they say, no, you strong, girl.
Yeah.
You black, and you proud, you independent, you equal.
Yeah. Don't bow down to that name.
Yeah. Submissive, what's that?
Yeah.
But that's how they disguise. Yeah, you laughing, but it's real.
It's real.
It's real.
Everything we just went over is what they created our women in strategically, step by step, how they make them a bimbo. Step by step, how they make you dumb bimbos.
But they tell you, and they tell you that you're gaining some type of strength where, in actuality,
you're not.
It's a roundabout way to rip you down.
Yeah, look, and I don't know her, but look at Amber Rose. How many rappers you gonna go through?
Yeah.
Damn. You just went through. How many rappers you gonna go through?
Yeah.
You stacking up rappers, man.
But just men in general. She been out there.
Yeah, but the crazy thing is niggas is flowing to her like what?
Yeah, like water, like is life. It's crazy.
Yeah, because they're not looking through the scriptures and say desire her not for pleasure, but that's all she is a whole.
Yeah.
She is a whole. That's it. Ain't nobody taking her serious. Go ahead, read.
Gun. A backbiting tongue hath cast out virtuous women.
Yeah, and that's what's going to happen. If you let and you follow the customs of the heathen, the customs of America, that backbiting tongue, you'll be cast the hell out. First of all, you ain't going to make it to the kingdom. You definitely going to be cast out. Then your nappy-headed ass is going to be cast out of your house.
Yeah.
Why? Because you ain't humble. The Most High ain't dealing with that. Go ahead.
And deprive them of their labor.
And deprive them of their what?
Labor.
Of their what?
Labor.
You can be doing good. This is what you gotta watch, sisters. You can be on the right path. But you let that backbiting spirit, it deprives you from all the good works you done did. You was doing a good example. But now you deprived because your mouth. Read.
Verse 16. Whoso hearkeneth unto it shall never find rest.
Could you win an argument? No, it's like walking up a sandy hill. Just when you think you got to a point, she wants the upper hand and she wants to usurp authority over you. And that's what kills our families. That's what kills our households. It's 10 o'clock. I'll do like 10:40, 11, 12 with this.
Yeah.
I know he got a lot more scriptures. You know what I mean? So, but yeah, that's it on that. That's it. We can finish this up. We can finish this up some other day also. Because there's a lot more scriptures he's going over. Did anybody have any questions online? Not on the topic? Off the topic? Something quick? Lioness heart is beautiful for women to submit. Yeah, absolutely. There's nothing wrong with it. But how many of our sisters think like you? How many of our sisters want to be like that? You know, how many of our sisters want to be that humble sister? That meek sister? Right? That guides our household. Remember, man, what you do has an effect on your children. So, but listen, it's 10 o'clock. We'll be here. We'll be here on the Shabbat if y'all have more questions, because we can go all day. Right. There's a sister on there, see? There are righteous sisters giving the thumbs up and really know what the fight's about. But you're rare. You know what I mean? There's not a lot. Luckily, we got a lot of sisters. I mean, we can say all you sisters here fighting. You ain't here for no reason. you hear going through these scriptures, getting your pride cut, and giving you something to think about within yourself, because you are willing to hear the knowledge and the wisdom of the Most High. So that's what makes you great. You got to keep moving in that spirit. So, all right, so that's it on that. Brothers and sisters, wait, who gave us that thumbs down? Who did that? Who did that? You gonna say right now, who gave us that thumbs down? You gonna man up. They gonna hide behind this one. I'm just kidding. I don't know why they give us a, was it the women class? It could. You gave us a thumb down because we would put scriptures on Amber Rose. Okay, I got you. Yeah, we're gonna change this to rebuking Amber Rose.
Rebuking slut shaming.
Yeah.
I'm talking about my friend.
Yeah. Hold on. The Israelites slut shaming. That's what we gonna name this class. The Israelites slut shaming. Yeah, put her picture with 21 on there. 21 Savage. Ooh. No, who gave us that thumbs down? Speak your name now. I want to know.
The Lord requires it.
Right. Come forth with your thumbs down. No, all right, y'all. Let's salute them online. Say shalom.
Shalom.
Shalom. We'll see y'all Friday. Shabbat. Who did that thumbs down though?